Cather, but
Good night, kapeash. 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 Good night, kapeash.
Good night, Capiche.
Good night, Capiche.
Damn, good night, Capiche. Oh, I'm telling you, boy, I wish my name was Capiche. Whoever got that. Boy.
Well, your name's Capiche all over the place, so everybody calls you Capiche.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm your host, Capiche. This is my motherfucking not good plan. No, welcome to Good Night Capiche, where we talk about anything political and anything historical, things that are going on, pop culture, everyday talks. Good night, Capiche, before we put you to bed. I know I gotta change that part, but it's funny to me. It's funny to me
because you ain't putting nobody to bed,
right?
Some people done fell asleep watching my show, so
That's what I had when I was high.
no.
I had to leave.
The words behind that song are not like that, and you are not
Like that. So you got to
doing
change that.
I mean,
There is no I mean. There is no I mean. You ain't like that, right? You're not. So why would you keep it like that? That means you're fake, then, right? Yeah. So you got to change it.
woo, y'all, get ready. It is going down. There's no telling what's gonna happen in the show. I want to I want to introduce my newest member. Hopefully she comes back more and have this same energy, aka Gucci. What's up, Gucci?
Nothing. I'm just having fun messing with you. It's so much fun because you get so aggravated. It's okay.
All right. So, I'm gonna start this show off by saying we all have looked around the internet and seen the most craziest little stories and things here, things that can you name just this week alone a story that was crazy and obnoxious that you ran across your internet?
Uh, um, I'm trying to think. There's so many. How could you even narrow one down? There's just so many.
They narrowed down to the one that stick out. You too, that what, baby? There's a story that stuck out just like, okay, that was just ridiculous. And if I can find it, we can bring it up and get into it.
I don't know.
Well, I have a story. I don't think it's the most ridiculous, but I do consider it ridiculous. And I'm gonna say the story about Kevin Hart having to apologize for his roast comedy fest and what had happened when they used the George Floyd comedy rip, and people are outlandish of that. I think that's ridiculous. That is definitely a ridiculous story.
That's what Kevin Hart's known for.
Hey,
It would be bad at something that he's known for. If he's known for shit like that, then what you mad for? People are just so
I just
sensitive
think
in this world right now. They need to stay off the internet if you're gonna be that sensitive.
I think the outcry from what happened, the actual backlash of what he had to do going to Breakfast Club and defend himself, that's the most ridiculous part. We're mad because, how can I say? I guess I'm saying like this. We're mad because we feel there's no justification for the wrongful death of George Floyd. I can't believe I said that without laughing, but yet again,
it was wrong.
I'm getting
It was
better.
wrong.
It was wrong.
Um,
You don't sit on somebody's neck.
Especially when it's in a exactly. You can't do that. And the cops should know
It
that.
doesn't matter if he had warrants. It doesn't matter about none of that. It was wrong.
It was completely wrong. And the cops should have known better than that. They should have known
okay,
better than that than to do
that's
shit like
not the
that.
point. That happened years ago,
So,
and now
but
we
the
use
cops
it
are still doing
okay.
that to this day. Cops are still
Okay,
fucking with
so
people to this day.
we're using it as jokes in a roasting fest, and now we're saying that that's wrong. That we're using George Floyd to roast people. Is that wrong?
I don't know what was said, so I can't have an opinion.
I don't know what was said.
Yet
I can't
again,
make.
understand. Just understand this: a roast happened using George Floyd. Can we use George Floyd to tell jokes? Can
I
George
think
Floyd be the end of a joke?
no, I don't think so because that's disrespectful. The guy's dead. The guy's gone. You don't disrespect the dead like that, making jokes about him like that. I don't think that's cool at all.
We made
You know
O.J.
nothing else to
Simpson
talk
joke.
about? Well, OJ Simpson's a fucking idiot. Look at what he did. Look at what he did. And look at where he's at now. And look what happened to him. Where's he at now? He ain't here no more. Why?
Dead.
Exactly. Because he was a fucking idiot. He did that shit. He knows he did that shit, but he don't want to admit the shit. So he wouldn't did all the crazy shit that he did. And like all crazy and all the crazy shit he fucking didn't have. The lawyer did what he did. And the his lawyer, he died too. What so you know what that doesn't seem too good of an omen to me.
Okay. In the
Anyway, so
same
I
breath
don't
that you
personally.
said that, I think that if you say George Floyd is wrong to use a butt end of a joke, then you should be able to use O.J. Simpson as a butt end of a joke. You should be able to use Aaliyah's death as a butt end
No,
of a joke.
no. Anybody that's died, you should use it as a butt end of a joke. They're dead. If they can't defend themselves, they can't do nothing about it. Disrespecting the dead is the worst thing you could do in my eyes. Because unless they're bad people, then you know do what you do. But if they're you
I
don't know
think
about these
I think
people,
it's the opposite. I think making fun of people that's not here and they're dead and gone, I think there's totally nothing
I don't think
wrong.
that's true. I think that if people make jokes about Charlie Kirk, you're going to be offended.
Yet again, there was jokes about Charlie Clerk at the bash. You didn't hear me do no outroar. You didn't hear me, you know what I'm saying? You would normally hear me doing something around how like I can't believe that they would do that. You didn't hear that. Why? Because yet again, I have to understand what was the environment. The environment was roasting and telling jokes. Everybody there was there to tell some of the worst, low blowers, below the belt jokes they can think of. That's what a roast is for me to low blow you the best and the funniest way that I possibly can. Going back for an example, because y'all are somewhat around me, but wasn't around, well, sort of was around when I first came around the TikTok group. Yeah, so you wasn't around. And the AI thing, and I did a roast. I did a personal roast of somebody because yet again, they told me things about them that well, they told everybody on a regular basis that hey, I lived in this state, I work, and these people seemed it racist to me. So yes, I went on AI and made a joke about it. And they got butt hurt. But
yeah,
yet again,
well,
I only go ahead.
some people can take it, but some people can't. And if you can't, then don't watch that type of shit. Don't listen to that type of shit. If you can't take it, then don't be around that shit. I mean, why would you put yourself in the middle of something like that if you know it's going to bother you? I mean, why?
Okay.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
So why is we getting butt hurt that George Floyd, who died by the hands of the police officer, allegedly,
Mhm.
That's not alleged.
He did. You can
allegedly.
see it. No, not allegedly my ass. You can see it. You can see it on video right there. You can
That's
see it.
not the point. That's
They're
not the
going to
point.
take the toxicology report and say he died from an overdose. That man did not die from
And
overdose.
no, he
Yet
didn't die
again,
of no overdose. No, he didn't. No, he didn't die of no
okay,
overdose. He
so yet
died
again,
because his
he died
neck was.
by the police.
Yes, he
Is it
can.
still and okay, but is it still in the same breath okay to talk about Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated in front of millions of people for out there speaking?
I don't think that anybody should have
There's no
died.
difference. Exactly. There's no
Okay, so
difference.
should they are we able to use both of them but jokes?
She answered that. She said no. I don't think you should talk about the dead.
Nope, I don't. I'm a mortician. I was a mortician, so no. the respect of the dead is like it goes a lot deeper than just saying you respect them. No, it's deeper than that. You can't disrespect the dead, especially when there's shit that happened like with George Floyd. You cannot tell me if you just put pressure on somebody's neck like that and to stop their breathing like that to make it hard for them to breathe. What the fuck you think is gonna happen? You're gonna die. He didn't die of an overdose because there was nothing in his system to say that he would die of an overdose. So what else would it be then? And then he had kids and all that other stuff. You don't disrespect people like that. I mean, if they did drugs or whatever they did, that's them. Do what you do. But you know, it's using sports like that as a cop, as an officer, whatever like that. You don't have no right to do that kind of shit. I mean, you know how to subdue a person besides doing that kind of shit. He wasn't doing nothing. He didn't do nothing to sit there and warrant any type of that behavior of a cop to do that. So yeah, I don't think joking around about him funny because it's not funny. What happened to him was fucked up.
All right, my bad. She had to get some stuff done.
Okay.
So
How
what
we
can you
doing
say
tonight?
about
Great.
We hear you pretty good, buddy.
What's the conversations?
Kevin Hart had a roast. There was some controversial roast, and a group of people have actually came out and said, "Hey, they wanted Kevin Hart to apologize for letting people on the roast say things about George Floyd." Yeah, so Kevin Hart went on a Breakfast Club and spoke his piece. And I was just asking people, anything ridiculous happened that y'all feel ridiculous? And I was saying, I feel that's ridiculous that Kevin Hart even had to come out to, you know what I'm saying? They even called him out to want to apologize for
So
a
real
roast.
quick before we get too deep into the conversation, I know that Kevin Hart fell under some heat from, was it Cat Williams or?
Pat Williams, I think.
Yeah, Cat Williams. He was stating that there was some behind the scenes stuff where Kevin Hart did some mischievous shit and some things he shouldn't have, and ended up with several, like, I guess, promises from people in, you know, powerful places. He's continued to get movies even though they're not really good movies. They're the same thing, just repeating themselves with a different like cast beside him. And so like there was a bunch of stuff going around when Cat Williams did that big interview with you probably know who it is, KP. He's always got like a really like professional setup that looks like a living room with a fireplace and like red chairs. I can't remember the dude's name right off the top of my head, but he did a interview with Kevin Hart and did like a whole, like, it was like a 3-hour long thing.
Shannon Sharps?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sharp.
Yeah, that's him. Shannon
but
Sharp.
so when it comes to what I've been listening to, when it comes to all of this, because I used to be, I guess, biased. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Kevin Hart fan. Let me first off and say that I'm not a Kevin Hart fan whatsoever. Okay. But I feel like this is a Kobe moment. You know what I'm saying? Giving a person credit when credit was due. I'm gonna stop using Kobe too, because people highly respect Kobe and they think that me saying that is very disrespectful. So I'm gonna use Scottie Pippen. This is a Scottie Pippen moment. Giving a good player credit when credit's due that's overlooked. And
I like
Kevin
it.
Hart,
I'll give it to you because Pippen didn't get enough. Like, don't get me wrong. Was he the sole purpose for it? No. But was he a deciding factor? Absolutely. So I'll give you one.
right. So in this point, Kevin Hart, whether you like him or not, have surpassed a lot of great actors and comedians in the game. Okay,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I don't like none of his. Go ahead.
I wouldn't go that far. Who's saying stuff like that? Because like when you talk about like famous comedians, the only reason he comes up in recency is because of all the like marketing and stuff he's done. If you actually look back before like the whole spiel, he was next to nothing compared to most of those comedians. Sorry, you're good. You guys ain't got to be worried.
What's up, Earl?
I would agree with you up to the point to where,
And what?
you know, Dave Chappelle admits on stage that his son wanted to go to a Kevin Hart, and you know what I'm saying, Kevin Hart embarrassed him. You know what I'm saying, making a funny moment of showing that the latter of what Kevin Hart said. There's not too many other actors or comedians that's in Kevin Hart's position that can do what Kevin Hart does. Even got their own production company.
I mean, what are we talking about? You got people like Adam Sandler doing the same stuff, but they do it in a better standpoint. And they don't do it for the personal gain. They do it for the people that they know and they've cared about throughout their lives.
Okay. You're fine. Did you grab the remote?
So, like, from my understanding, what's different?
What's different is them two people right there alone stand out for bringing their own team up. They paved the way. They was good in their genre. They spread it out to other genres, made movies, did comedy and stuff like that.
But that's what I was saying. Like, Adam Sandler did it with good intentions. Kevin Hart did it because he wanted to become famous and build a name for himself. Like, don't get me wrong.
I will see you later.
Like, I'm not saying that Kevin Hart has like terrible material and isn't worth actually being viewed, but in retrospect, when you actually look at it, like, it's just him playing the same character in every single movie that he puts himself in. Whereas you got Adam Sandler that actually changes things and brings.
You're right. He's the shortest person in every movie he does. He is way overhyped, in my personal opinion.
He's not even the funniest people on any of his cast. Like Jumanji, you got Jack Black. He wasn't even close. He got overshined so hard in that movie.
Okay, but yet again, in the same token, I feel the same way about Adam Sandler. The exact same way. They in the exact same boat. You know what I'm saying?
Have you watched any of Adam Sandler's movies? He's got plenty where he actually changes his character. Kevin Hart's literally this short dude, the short funny dude in almost every movie. He doesn't change. It's the same character.
Was so popular that we probably one of the few people that was allowed to watch Adam Sandler's in school.
8 Crazy Nights, one of my favorite fucking movies.
Oh, 8 Crazy Nights was so good.
And I watched it in school, which is crazy because I watch it now and I'm like, that should have never.
They showed it in school. Trust me, I know. I was baffled when I watched it. Yeah.
So the whole thing is I mean, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we probably give a credit where credit was due. So therefore, Kevin Hart, Adam Sandler are probably the only true two people from their era, comedic era, that actually stood. Unless you want to throw
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, see,
Murphy's good. He was.
But nobody can touch Adam.
But
I mean, Eddie.
But you see how we jump.
I mean, there's some people. I'm just like naming the ones that are like more like understood,
big known.
The Marlon Brothers. I hate to say it, but they've done their big ones too.
Yep.
But that's the thing. Like, I'm using it as like not a comparison of like skill level or anything. I'm just saying like what they did for the genre and how they transitioned themselves and grew. You can tell that Kevin Hart has not grown any. He's literally using
nobody could ever
I'm sorry, say that again, Nana.
One person that can never be touched is Robin Williams. That person, with his own right, nobody can even compare to that.
Okay, so
really good.
But there's a reason for that. Like, if everybody doesn't know that reason, the reason Robin Williams can't be touched is because he genuinely cared about not only people, but everything around him, whether it was the children, the people, the animals. Like he genuinely wanted the best for everything around him. And it showed. Like, if nobody's ever seen the clip of him talking to the monkey that was depressed, like that right there, if that doesn't like sit with you about how much that man cared about this world, then I don't want to talk to you. Like that is one of the craziest clips I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
having somebody call you because an animal's depressed and they can't get him out of the funk, and you bring in a comedian who was known for making children and adults happy when they weren't feeling quite the best or like themselves, and you know that something in this man is going to help with this. You know, that's like, just to understand that level is crazy.
Yeah. That is crazy.
So to get into deeper details, there was a roast that Kevin Hart had, and there were some things that were said about George Floyd and Charlie Kirk and other people that are not here.
Yep.
Actually, Kevin Hart's parents, because Kevin Hart said in the interview, that they said about his dead mom and dad. But yet again, the outburst is the simple fact that people want him to specifically apologize about the George Floyd only.
I was from what I've seen, they got really upset about the jokes about racism from what's the white gentleman's name? Red hair.
Tom Brady.
Who?
Tom Brady.
Not Tom Brady, no, the New York.
No, the comedian that went up there. He's the one that's a little loose-lipped, and he looks like he's a racist. He's just a general white bald dude with red hair. I can't remember his name, but he went up there saying something about how the people in the audience were racist or something like that, and like just kept rolling with it. And that was the clip that I've seen most of, where he was.
Carrot Top. Name's Carrot.
Well,
no, not Carrot Top. No. He's like a 40-some-year-old dude. He does clips and stuff. I see him all the time, but I can't remember his name. It's bugging the crap out of me. Not Bill Burr, which Bill Burr is good. He's a good comedian. If you ever need to watch something funny, Bill Burr is a funny guy. But
well, the whole point is George Floyd is the main one that really drew attention. I promise you it's the one that drew attention because Kevin Hart personally went on to the Breakfast Club and had to break it down, what was said, how it was said, what his job was. And
See, that's ridiculous. That ain't no.
it all comes back to comedy. Didn't we talk about this like 2 weeks ago? How it shouldn't matter. Like if it's humor and it's a roast, it's a comedy. Like why are people going to take it, heavily serious? Like are we not allowed to have comedy in the world anymore?
We can't say that and in the same sentence want to fire Jimmy Kimmel because he made a joke.
Jimmy Kimmel's company wanted to fire Jimmy Kimmel, not
right.
From
public view, but that's the thing. It all came down to public view that swayed the decision by the company to get rid of him because of the backlash they were getting.
Yet again,
if we want to go down that slippery slope and we can't use free speech to make jokes, right, then that means they're going to start stripping away free speech from not only the jokes, but everything else as soon as they can. That's why we cannot let them take away the freedom of speech. You need to understand.
Kimball's position is, are they more, and this just be getting technical, but he's more at a political platform than actually going to somebody's roast where we're intentionally here to roast you in the worst possible way.
Baby,
I would argue that. I would argue that. Didn't the roast get? What was the viewership of the roast? Wasn't it like
It was weird.
something stupid? And then they got. Go ahead.
I don't know. I just know it was a Netflix special that was hosted by Kevin Hart to roast Kevin Hart, and that's where it was outlash. Okay,
right. And those roasts, they normally get a lot of viewership, much more than something that airs at night at 10 to 12 p.m. Right?
That would get more viewership than the Jimmy Kimmel show. Yes,
that's what I'm saying. Is so by that comparison and understanding, wouldn't they have to jump on Kevin Hart or the people making the jokes and do something similar if they were trying to keep tune like they were with Jimmy Kimmel?
I guess I would if I feel that type of way, if I'm trying to push that agenda. I would have to agree with you. Yes.
Me too.
But the problem is we cannot start doing this with comedy because Doc is right. That they take our freedom of speech.
Exactly.
In one aspect, they're going to take it. They already are doing it little by little.
Exactly. You can't be on certain platforms,
There's
you say anything wrong. You can't say this, and you can't say that, and you can't say this, and you can't say that. Last time I checked, I was not in a communist country. That's what this country started to become, it's a communist country. You can't say certain things, you can't do certain things. You gotta live a certain way, you can't do certain. Nah, I'm not cool with all that.
I wouldn't necessarily say that for the simple fact that most of the outroar are from the people. Now,
So here's what I would like to ask, KP.
Hold on. Let me finish this. If the outroar was more from the government and speech and stuff, and they was taking away some of these things, and the consequence was government prone, then I would be like, that's more of a communist country that we're turning ourselves.
So here's my question. All right, you said if it was coming more from the government and not the people, right?
Right.
So what did Trump try to tell news reporters that they could and could not do? They couldn't ask certain questions. They couldn't talk about certain topics. And if they did, they were immediately made fun of, criticized, or insulted, and then moved on from. So what he's doing is exactly what you're speaking about, and that is government overreach, right?
No. When it comes to
Yes.
reporting,
Yes.
our reporters go through a breach of certain questions that you can and cannot ask when it comes to reporting. That is nothing normal. That is nothing made up. And when it comes to something
so then
federal,
are the reporters allowed to ask about wrongdoing or illegal activity in the United States?
they're allowed to ask anything they want to ask.
What I'm saying is you said they were crossing lines. Would it be considered crossing a line if they were asking about illegal activity or things of that nature going through the government, right?
No.
Just that wouldn't be overreaching, right?
No.
So then my question,
hold on. Would it be the same overreach of saying that, hey, I'm up here talking my jokes and I use George Floyd as a low blow? Same breath, I use Charlie Kirk as a low blow.
well, I mean, with Charlie Kirk, he didn't believe in empathy, so at least not in the way that me and you do. So why give empathy to somebody who don't fully believe in it? As for the George Floyd thing, I didn't hear the jokes. I don't know about that one. The Charlie Kirk's pretty obvious.
And I get that. But yet again, we only got one side that's having an outpour and an outreach and an outcry. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear Charlie Kirk in there. I'm saying, oh, they talked about my husband.
No, but you know, what's his name did a whole skit on his wife and she cried like a little baby on all social media platforms.
Here's the thing. Why cry after that when you literally celebrated more than anybody else with fireworks that your husband was dead, and then less than 3 months later with a new dude?
And I'm going to say something to that because this is my first time actually saying something about that. If he didn't do such a good job and she didn't have no type of outroar, then the dude didn't do a good job. He probably would have went times hard. So for the little bitty outroar, the little upbringing that she did do,
the little bit,
there was fireworks. It looked like Diddy dancing at the Grammys after fucking Biggie.
No, she cried like a little.
What did she do?
Baby.
How long?
A little bit.
He needs to be fired. He needs to be fired. He cannot be doing that.
Well,
it's
a comedian.
Blackface, and if I did it, it would be racist because it makes it blackface. She cried.
Okay. And she allowed to cry?
Okay. Like a little bit.
Like a little sweet.
Like a little bitch.
Yeah.
I'll say it for her. Like a little bitch.
Like a little bitch. Yeah. Like you can't celebrate, use fireworks, take over the man's company after going in there initially for an interview, getting a date with the dude, marrying him, and then taking his whole company after he died of, you know.
Okay.
Okay. Stop.
So, yet again,
surgery on Charlie Kirk's death. It's ridiculous.
Everybody feels that way. There was no outlanders of a roast, but yet again, we gotta have a publicly apology for saying something about George Floyd. I don't think he needs to
apologize. He didn't say it.
Thinking he was going to really do something.
They went at.
So the only reason Kevin Hart's going in front of people and saying sorry is because he's trying to save face. He has a certain level of respect he has to hold in order to keep promises that he promised in order to continue making money and making movies, which all lines in order with what Cat Williams said long ago. And if you guys follow anything that Cat said and did some research on it, things line up a little bit against Kevin and start looking real fishy. All right.
Yeah.
Kevin was definitely a bottom for a couple of peoples when he didn't want to be, but he did it willingly so he can have some millions. That's all I'm saying.
It's all money.
And Cat Williams went through stuff for his Williams and his success. It's not like he
has evidence stating stuff that other people do not have anything. That's the problem. Kevin can say whatever he wants. He's got evidence.
You said consequences that people ups and downs. Everybody went through ups and downs in the comedy business.
The ups and downs matter, though. It's like saying somebody that did murder.
Now we want to move the goalpost. Hold on, wait a minute. We're gonna make the goalpost 2 feet 2 inches for you, but when you come along, we're gonna make it 2 feet. Like it doesn't really, to me, right now, in this situation, and I listen to all sides, it really doesn't matter.
You know, KP, this is giving me like flashback vibes of when you always defended Trump in a like political way. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there.
Not defending nobody because I have nobody to defend.
You're not defending. You're using political antics to not to answer, but to give your opinion on how you think it is, and that's fine. But I just want you to know it's giving me strict flashbacks. Like I can see what's going on here. Nene sees it too. She don't like admitting it, but she sees it too.
Man, y'all gotta understand. Y'all, I just see it from not a point of view. I'm looking at a roast.
Yeah,
and I love the point of view, man. I always have. I understand that sometimes there's a little bit of biasy there that you think you're looking past, and like your words are screaming that you're not past it. Does that make sense?
So what side would it sound like I'd be on?
No,
it's not. That's the thing. You're not picking a side. You never pick a side.
Yeah.
Never.
You don't pick a side until you are 100% confirmed that you are not going to be wrong because you don't like to be wrong, and that is perfectly fine. I don't like to be wrong.
Because I'm supposed to look at the.
My bad. They're coming in to check. I'm gonna jump out for here, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Right on.
All right. Later, guys.
Keep me updated, please. I just need to know.
I'm supposed to come in these situations not one-sided, because then I'm just already, that's like me building a narrative. If I was to build a narrative one-sided and be like, yo, Kevin Hart, I can't believe this dude, you know what I'm saying, the most racist, white supremacist thing that ever happened, you know what I'm saying, building a narrative where I tell you that it was a free-for-all roast and everybody was up there roasting each other. And the most
but the part that you didn't mention, and I think this is the biggest problem for me.
What?
Is the fact that it was his brother who had a problem.
Who brother?
George Floyd's brother had a problem because you allowed somebody to speak about my brother, but you came to his funeral.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have a problem about that too. You came to my brother's funeral. You came and smiled in his face, and then come to find out
they were talking
you
shit.
allowed this.
What?
Do I think he owes an apology? No. But do I think that there needs to be some accountability? Absolutely. Because you went
so
to his funeral.
Exactly.
He needs to have a conversation with the brother. He doesn't need to apologize to America because our opinion doesn't matter. It's the fact that you came to my brother's funeral. You wobbled and whatever in our faces, and then this happened on your show, on your dynamic. You need to have a conversation with his brother and have a conversation with the brother.
Exactly.
It doesn't need to be for America.
Exactly.
Don't come to my funeral and think that, and my people know that I don't like you. They finna tell you it is going to be told that if I didn't really fuck with you, and my people know that you are to tell them she didn't really fuck with you. The thing is, you smiled in my face, and at one of the most heartbreaking times of my life.
Yeah, I don't think that's. I mean, you could do your roast and all this shit. I know how the roast goes.
Does he owe America an explanation? No. Does he owe the man's family an explanation? Absolutely.
Yes. And that, I mean, you could have picked any type of material to go off of, but you got to go off of that kind of material about somebody who died in that type of a situation to cause whole havoc over the United States, everything. That's
What
not
are
funny.
you doing?
I'm letting y'all speak. I'm listening.
That's not funny to me. That's not funny. You can roast all you want to, do your thing. Have fun, do whatever you gotta do. But certain aspects of shit you don't roast, you don't bring up in that kind of shit. People's deaths, people how they died, none of that shit. That's not something that's funny. Especially when people are still hearing about that kind of situation. You don't make fun of that. That to me is not good. That's not okay. And he should have known better.
Personally, though, I
Who
don't.
should have known better?
Whoever
Kevin
fucking
Hart,
said
he
it.
should know better. Kevin
He
Hart should
didn't
know
say
better than
it,
that. Who
but yet
did?
again, huh?
Then if he didn't say it, then who did?
Somebody on his roasting session.
Somebody that was roasting Kevin Hart used um
George Floyd.
George Floyd.
Which I still feel like Kevin owes his brother something.
Yeah,
He
you can
owes
come to my
America
funeral.
anything. It was your show, your roasting session. They brought up my family member. You came to my brother's funeral. Yes, you owe his family something. You don't owe
Exactly.
America nothing.
No.
And you don't, not necessarily do you owe an apology either, but you need to be accountable for that hurt somebody.
Can I throw a monkey in a wrench?
Don't you always?
Yeah. During the press conference of the people who announced the apology for what they wanted from Kevin Hart, actually did laugh, chuckle, and giggle about the actual.
I know that I've seen it, but I'm not talking about that.
But I'm talking about it. I'm bringing that up because I figure all that stuff should matter because of a big issue of calling out a person and trying to destroy their career for simply somebody else's words of freedom of speech. Jimmy Kimmel.
It doesn't work. You can't tiptoe in the pond that you think is.
I don't
right.
tiptoe in the pond.
I'm
I
expressed.
stay the same everywhere. It just yet again, people just don't like how I come at it.
No, that's not the issue though. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have enough context to make an opinion on what was said because I don't know what was said. But I do feel like Kevin Hart owes a conversation to the brother.
Yes, I
All
do.
that stuff doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Let me see if I can find the roast.
You didn't say it. Apparently, somebody else did.
What is the roast?
This person go to your brother's funeral and talk at your brother's funeral and all that shit, and then roast him like that. No. That's you don't. You
I mean,
need to go
and
to
I
his
get it.
brother.
They talked about his dead parents and stuff. Like y'all was just fucking talking about grown ass men talking about dead relatives is fucking
Men
weird.
and women. Don't just say
all
that.
All of the roast about dead people were from the men. That's fucking weird.
It's called dark humor.
It's called women got more sense than men when it comes to shit
There's
like
three
that.
things that are off limits: people's parents, dead people, and children.
And a roast like that ain't nothing off limits when they tell you nothing's off limits.
Well, then he owes the brother an apology. If you don't
Exactly.
want to respect the fact that it was your show.
This is okay. I don't think he owes nobody absolutely nothing because yet again, Y'all know what a roast is. Y'all done heard these roasters. Y'all done seen other roasting. Y'all not out crying for no other dead people that was spoken in. Y'all not even out rising for Kevin Hart's dead parents that was roasted. And I'm not talking about y'all. I'm just talking about the people that actually said something. So therefore, Kevin Hart don't owe nan y'all because y'all really don't care. You just selfish and you want some publicity. That's why you went on the news coverage and laughed about it periodically. You racist sack son of a kitten tales of a bad day on a Wednesday.
Fuck.
What did I miss?
Okay.
I got a little heated for a second.
Yeah, heard.
Right.
No, because the thing is, I don't think Kevin Hart, I don't think anybody owes nobody an apology for the simple fact you're only standing up for George Floyd only when there was multiple other people that was low blow and taking offensive in that roast. Period. So if you can't do for one, don't do for other. Shut the hell up. And then,
Exactly.
second of all, what makes it embarrassing is the fact that you laugh. If you were so damn serious about the George Floyd and him getting choked out by a damn cop laying on a damn street, New York, more than 30 some odd fucking seconds, you shouldn't have fucking laughed when the motherfucker went on national television to make your statement. You looking stupid. That son of a
Okay, it's
kitty tail.
okay. It's okay. I think you need. Do
So
you have a bunt or something? Because I think you need one right now.
You please.
She's never heard you passionate, I guess. You've never heard him passionate?
No.
Hey, look, KP's got passion. He don't use it all the time. But
I never heard him get upset about something before. You know, usually Mr. No
He's
nonchalant.
not upset. He's just really
Not upset,
passionate.
but yeah, but I'm just saying about. I've never heard him be compassionate about something like this before.
it's just a fact that when you go out here and you want to cry this victimhood, and I'm saying nicely, when you want to go out here and cry this victimhood, you want this man to apologize, you know what I'm saying, for real, low key, I think, and this is me jump to my conclusions, let me say this out loudly first, this is me jump to conclusions, I just think you just want the man to cut you a check, you know, hey, Kevin, cut me a check, where you could have just texted the man, but you know that wouldn't grab no attention, he wouldn't have to say nothing or do nothing. So you thought doing it publicly.
and that's what forced Kevin's Hart hand, though. That's the thing. If he would have hit him up privately, Kevin Hart would have found a way to sweep it under the rug or act like it wasn't no big deal. Where
Yep.
bringing it to the public eye forced his hand into doing probably something he never wanted to do and making an apology, even though he shouldn't have to.
He didn't have to. He didn't, and he doesn't have to. But he definitely needs to have a conversation with that
With his brother. Yep, I think so too.
Don't conversate with none. Kevin Hart, keep doing what you do. Don't talk to nothing of them. Look at her.
Don't listen to that.
Yep, Kevin Hart, listen to KP. Keep bending over with the lubricant already applied.
Don't bend over for nobody. Stand on your own
Hey, look,
business.
It's too late for that.
it's way too late for that. He's already got his $40 million coming to him in a 20-year span.
Right. He was doing a Netflix deal. I'm not gonna go out here and apologize and y'all mess up my money. Shut up.
And that's why you never end up getting above a certain point, KP, because at a certain point, you have to care what other people in the public view think. If that's how you feel, you never get to a certain point. Like, you will be hindered throughout the entirety of it.
And guess what? I'd rather be that. I'd rather be like this than corporalized, and then say that I'm part of some system that y'all say, oh, he's bought out.
Yeah, he is.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all say he is, but you can't say that I'm not.
No,
I'm
but
definitely,
Not too talking about him.
definitely, and that's why I say I'd rather be like this than say that I am being bought out or.
But how do I explain this? It's like supporting somebody who's bought out that you know is bought out. You are basically bought out adjacent. that make sense?
Yeah.
If you don't look into the stuff and why things are happening and have a full understanding and just
Oh
support,
yeah, you know what y'all. You know what? I forgot. If one care, we all care. See, this is why I really just rather go just so independent. Because if you care, you should always have to care. Maybe if I can just donate $1 and just show my
This is why you want to go what?
independent.
What does that mean?
That means I'm not a
instead of
Republican,
voting for a
I'm not a
Republican or
Democrat,
Democrat
I'm not nothing.
party.
Like, when it comes to certain situations like this, that him saying that, hey, it looks like you just want to be like, no, fuck that. You know, just because everybody coming world, make it a better place.
So here's
Right.
the best way
That's
you can.
because everybody
We
feel like
are the
that.
world.
Okay.
We
So the
are
best way I can put it is,
future.
if you knowingly support somebody that beats on women, does that not make you a supporter of a woman abuser? Right?
Right.
If you support somebody by sending them money to their books, but you know for a fact they committed murder, you are supporting a murderer. Correct?
Correct.
Now, if you support somebody who lies, cheats, and steals, you're supporting those, right? It's the same thing here. You're supporting somebody
Right.
who where they're at by doing something mischievous or downright immoral, whether it be selling their soul as somebody so speaks it, right? Or, lying down and letting certain things happen, or influencing certain things with, the people that you know, or the community that you have, or the fans that you have. You are helping the other people support, whether they know it or not, what you are supporting. And if the intent behind it is not a good intent, then you are helping bad. It's the
Okay.
same concept.
Is it my turn? Is it my
I
turn?
was just-
Okay. So
Yeah.
this is my
You're
first
happy.
time ever using this in my life, and I feel privileged. I think okay. I don't feel privileged. I feel privileged. I don't know which one. Okay.
So
I'm
are
a
we starting
Democrat.
black privilege? Is that what you're trying to say?
You don't feel privileged. So listen here. Check this out. I feel proud of myself to use this, but when it comes to the worst evils, I'm gonna choose what I feel is the lesser evil.
What you feel is the lesser evil, not what you know is the lesser evil. I'm glad you said feel is the lesser evil, because
Right.
we've come to
I
a full
think that's
circle
what
of
normal people would
understanding.
say.
Sometimes we choose the wrong ones,
That's
right?
what normal people would say in this matter. They will say, what I feel is the lesser evils. So what I feel is the lesser evils is the direction that I'm pointing in this particular moment in this conversation.
So we don't go all the time with what we know; it's what we feel, huh?
Not all the time,
Just
but in this particular moment right now, in the last 3 minutes, because I've been looking at the time. Okay, 7 minutes to be honest with you. Last 7 minutes feel like I'm going with the lesser evil. And Kevin Hart not apologizing to nan one of those people, because in this situation they're not being fair. They're just being picatively, and they want to go in somebody's pockets. Capitalism.
George Floyd, I mean, he should have talked to the guy's brother, before he even went on and did that segment, that roast. He should have talked to him first. They would don't do no fucking problems, but
Normally
he
they
don't
run
do that shit.
material by each other, yeah.
It's like that this morning.
So I don't understand that. Normally they go through their sets and talk through their sets and stuff, like they convey.
Exactly.
There's no way they didn't know what was going up there. Kevin's not going to have a whole show
I
and not know a thing about it.
I think sometimes y'all want to set me up to be the devil in the room, because I'm not gonna.
Nobody's setting you up for nothing. We're saying in show business, including things that are like pre-planned, they go over certain
Yeah,
things.
they go over those. Anytime you do a
Knowing the
movie,
material.
anytime you do a comedy sting, whatever, you always go over your material every time
Every single time.
Sometimes
before you go out on the stage.
The only time they don't is improv.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think, not all the time, just okay. Right now, I think y'all trying to set me up. Is that better? To be the devil's in the room? Because
You
for
can think
one, I'm
that.
just gonna say it like this. Because for one, I'm not gonna let you know my best. I'm not gonna let you know. I'm gonna let. Hey, listen, this is what I'm gonna go over. Boom, bam, boom.
No, generalized topics though. They don't tell the specific jokes, but they definitely go over outlines.
No, they still go over all of their lines. They have to
They
practice
have to.
what they're going to say.
They
No,
have
Yeah.
to. Yes, they
no.
do.
100%. They
No,
do. It has to be
they
ran by
don't.
production, KP. It has to go through production.
Yes.
It
Exactly.
has
Or
to
they'll
go
be in
through
trouble. The
production to the
president gets in trouble with
executive
that.
person that actually makes the decision, the director.
Especially
Yep.
It comes all through people every step of the way.
Sir,
And if it didn't go
ma'am,
through them, then they
ladies
would have
and gentlemen, boys and
100%
girls
already.
of the jury.
with me and he's ready to eat some.
Not all the time they're going to go over everything. There are going to be called what you call hidden gems
Improvising.
that you're going to hold back. There are going to be special presentations, especially in a roast.
And I'm telling you right now, if you think that Kevin Hart is going to let stuff just freely fly and not check it beforehand, you got life fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I
That's all I'm
wish.
saying. Somebody worth as much as him that
Sure.
has so much
And
control over everything
I
he
know
does.
this
You think he's just
conversation
gonna let
right
the stuff
here
go?
is going to be answered later on down the road. I know it's going to be
Absolutely.
answered, and I can't wait till it be answered. And I know it's going to be answered. And Kevin Hart is like, yeah, there's going to be always some advertisers. I'm not going to know everything.
KP, you're gonna hear my favorite words on that day. I hope you know that. I told you so.
Okay. And I'm going to say shit on a bull.
You can say that
My
now.
favorite catchphrase of all time.
Normally it hits the field, but we'll go ahead and just call it whatever. They stay standing there.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? If I'm wrong, and I will apologize to the Burn Live and the whole committee. Other than that, nigga, we standing 10 toes down up in here.
I mean, we know you 10 toes down, but I'm still waiting on an apology for all the fighting that we had to do over getting your ass to understand Trump. All right, we didn't get an apology for that. Why are we getting one for Mr. Hart?
Oh my God, really?
How long it took you to get him on board with this Trump stuff?
No, it took Trump to actually do something that was credibility for me not to like.
What did he do?
Huh? Oh my God.
There was plenty of credibility not to like beforehand. You just ignored it. Let's be honest.
Why do I got to keep answering this question?
What did he do?
What did he do?
Yeah.
Okay. What he recently
What was
have
the
done
turning
is
point?
that- huh?
What was your turn?
What was the turning point? Like, what was the
For
final
reparation,
straw that
I
you
think
seen Trump did this?
my true turning point is this reparation shit for January 60th. That's ridiculous.
That was before. No, it was
No.
F1 at first, and then it was the giving the felons the guns,
That was really it for
and
real.
then it was him making weed a #1 or whatever the hell it's called.
No,
And I
like I
believe-
said, hey, no, like I said, I really gotta take a pause on that because yet again, what I don't want Trump to do is federal regulate weed to where they're all nosy and they're over governing marijuana. I
Right.
don't want it. And if
But
Trump
my-
does do that, then yes, you're gonna see a pissed off Kapeash.
So like, that's why like I said it, I'm pretty sure one time when we had this conversation. So we're saying it wasn't him making fun of disability people, wasn't him making fun of females, wasn't saying he can grab women by the pussy whenever he wants, wasn't him walking into underage girls fucking changing at his pageants under the pretenses of he's allowed to examine the women right without consent, because he admitted that. It wasn't all these things. It was giving guns to felons and regulating marijuana. Do you understand how like low that sounds as a human being for respecting the people around you?
What happened to reparations for January 6th people? Like
Because that's nothing compared to those things I just listed. Not even close.
What you listed are things that are typical white people shit. So therefore, I'm sorry. And
You're
I'm not
saying
saying that
that
that's a Democratic.
White
I
people
just
shit.
heard that off of
hold
TikTok
up.
in a Democratic panel. So I
White
wish
people shit is having a barbecue and blowing off some fingers with some fireworks, not just randomly saying that you can essay women, make fun of disabilities, and get away with it anytime you want. Like, I'm confused on that one.
I have one question. Is this okay?
What's this? Hold on. I'm on a phone, so I have a much smaller screen and I don't have multiples.
It's just Sleepy Joe sniffing a little girl's hair. That's okay.
I mean, no. And we all actually said this multiple times how it wasn't okay. But then you have Trump not only saying that he would date his daughter and how fine his daughter is, but then saying that he's going to date a 10-year-old in 10 years. So no matter what you put Sleepy Joe up there, we were talking about Trump. So diverting to something else just makes him look even worse.
Just to be honest, I don't know if you haven't realized I am not a Trump supporter.
Oh, no, I'm well aware.
But I just think that if we have to be accountable as the people who vote about everything that's happened. We can't just say, well, Trump did this. That means we have to acknowledge what Joe
But that's
did.
the thing. There is court cases stating about him. But that's the thing. There are court cases with FBI backing evidence that states that he not only raped a underage girl, but it was used to put Ghislaine Maxwell behind bars. If it's credible enough to put her behind bars, why isn't it credible enough to continue not only investigating into him, but then doing something?
Doc, I'm about to say something to you that I don't think you're going to agree with.
That's all right.
But I think Trump is partially the reason why the Epstein got arrested in the first place.
Yep.
I promise you there was already many links to Epstein before anything that like Trump got caught up in that led to Epstein. They just kept sweeping it under the rug. There was FBI cases.
I understand that, but I also think from the research that I have done, Trump is a big reason why Epstein
he got caught up.
arrested.
But it wasn't because of him doing good. It was because of him getting caught up, which linked to Epstein. It wasn't, and that's why we need to make sure we word that right. People need to make sure that they don't think Donald Trump was some informant or some dumb shit, because he wasn't. Because I read into that stuff too. Trust me, I've done plenty of research into that when it comes to the files. I'm still looking into a bunch of them because there is literally thousands of terabytes of information to get through, and it's going to take years of me looking into it to get through all of it.
Yeah,
Whole government's corrupt.
Trump is out of office in what, 2 more years or?
I mean, hopefully November comes around. But like they're trying as hard as they can to do anything and everything not to lose that midterm.
I think the whole government sucks.
As long as y'all heard him admit that he really believes that Trump is not going to be in office during the midterms, I'm definitely covering that on Friday. Go check that out, because how things are looking, especially with like how California is looking. Yikes. Eesh.
Yeah, they're trying to do any and everything. Every time it gets to where looking like it's more Democratic favored, they start doing something else. Like I know they both tried to redraw the maps. Democrats, after a long time, finally actually did it because I think they declined it for a long time.
Y'all just gang for the Democrats gang for the streets in California.
That's what I'm saying. They keep trying to. I think they did Texas before. Now they're doing California. I don't know where they're going next, but I'm sure they're going to try to redraw and get it to where Republicans have some more seats.
I'm not about the redrawing. I'm about the actual who's winning and who's actually losing in places.
But that comes down to it. If they redraw and end up dropping seats from one side or the other, that can end up being an extremely important factor in who wins.
True indeed. So, we'll see. The cakes keep caking and the bakes I don't know where I was going with that. The bakes keep baking. I don't know. Cakes keep caking. Bakes keep baking.
All right, guys. I am going to jump off of here so she can try to get some sleep. All right.
All right.
All right. Good night, Capiche.
Good night. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just saying. Why did they try to pin me up against the walls with this Trump allegations?
I'm not in all that. Like I said, the government fucking sucks. They just overthrow the government. They ain't no good, the government. They all fucking suck. So there's always wrong with that. I don't give a fuck about no government, no nothing like that. Fucking Trump, fucking all that shit, fucking whatever the fuck. Fuck them all. That's what I say. I think it's funny you're over there jumping up and down, getting all excited about it, just jumping up and down like, no, sure.
All I heard was literally one word.
Uh-huh. That's what it is.
That's why I'm laughing.
It's okay. I'm eating.
Eating, speaking English, speaking Amble, whatever.
That's what I
I heard
do.
one word.
I
So I think it was funny watching you jump up and down, You get all upset and all excited about something. You get all upset, jumping up and down the couch. Like, is it really that serious?
Is it that serious that you only use one word? Do you know any other
Yeah.
words in the vocabulary besides
I
a
know.
four-letter word that begins
Nope.
with the letter L? Huh?
There's a couple 4-letter words, but my favorite 4-letter word is the F word. So
My stomach hurts.
Ah. All I heard was
where by my headphones you can't hear me.
no, we heard you. We heard you.
I'm saying everything's just right.
Okay. And with
Yeah.
that, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Good night, Capiche.
Anytime that you're watching this, I appreciate everybody watching us from all over the world, from the prison cells to the jail cells to Kevin Hart stages to the Breakfast Clubs to CNN, ABC, CBS. You know, Jimmy Kimball. Hope you hear me one day. You know, shout out to you too, I guess. You know. All right. And with that, I would like to tell everybody.
Good night, Capiche.
Good night, Capiche.
This motherfucker is locked.
Talking, I'm in love, baby.